Hello and welcome to Out of War. My name is Quad and today is April the 25th, 2025. We are playing a version 0.29 of 0.3340. And the first episode, I asked you guys to kind of vote where I should start. So we're going to be starting a brand new game. It was pretty much tied between Iron Mountain Pit and Scandinavia. So we're just going to go with Scandinavia because there's a few of you that also said any map that doesn't have like a pre-existing flat area with stuff dug out. So a couple of you just wanted any map that kind of was from scratch kind of thing. So we're going to do Scandinavia. We are indeed going to be doing a hardcore mode. So we're just going to go ahead and name this real quick. And I am sure. Now I need to make sure this saves once I get in here. This is going to be my third attempt at making this video, as yesterday I had a little bit of trouble, one, finding a spot to start at, and two, my game did not save. I did not have a section in here for me to save, so I don't know what happened. I'm going to come back. Let's come back to save, and can I save? Okay, good, I can. Excellent. But yeah, I spent a couple hours yesterday, so during the tutorial in the last episode, it did say about these dark patches. Typically there being ore underneath of these dark patches. So I spent literally 3 hours pretty much going around this entire map, bro. I went all the way down to the mountains and everywhere. And every time I'd come, well, not every time, but I would come to these dark patches and I would start prospecting with my pickaxe, trying to find some ore, or I was actually just trying to find pay dirt. I discovered something during this testing phase, and honestly, don't chase after these dark spots, especially when you're first starting out like I am. And you can tell this pickaxe is a bit slow. So the first thing that we're going to purchase today is going to be a new hand tool. We're getting the fast pickaxe X. It's a little bit expensive, but it's going to be well worth it. We're going to sell our old pickaxe for $34. Switch it around to up there, and then check it out. You could prospect a lot faster. But yeah, I kept going through all these little dark spots and digging just like this, and then I was heading like really deep, and then I wouldn't find anything. I would move on to another dark spot, do the same thing, and it was kind of a mess. Then I discovered the wonderful explosives tools over here. The Dremite specifically, as it does delete material. If you use any of these other dynamites, it doesn't delete the material and it doesn't really go down. So watch, if we buy one of these, this is a great prospecting tool. We could just lay this in the bottom of this hole. I do need to purchase the detonator, so we're going to get that for 85 bucks. Let's just back up. Let's go ahead and detonate that real quick. Boom, there we go. And then it creates quite a nice hole, which is really helpful for prospecting. So anyway, I was doing this for a while. I actually found some good pay dirt, and I got a little small plant kind of set up, but then the game wouldn't save for me. So, but I've discovered something. Don't chase these dark spots. In fact, if anything, chase these light spots. Reason being, if we take a look here, if I grab my pickaxe, let me just dig into this light spot real quick. Okay, check it out. I didn't even get very deep, and I'm already collecting pay dirt, as you can see down here at the bottom. And this is what I'm looking for, is pay dirt. So don't chase the dark spots if you're starting a brand new game. Chase the light spots. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and just try to find a really good starting area. In fact, this is a pretty good starting area, if I'm honest. But I want to go a little bit further out. So we're going to go ahead and just do some exploring. There's a few other things to be noted. The ground's kind of built like real life in a sense. One, you can keep on digging down and there's seemingly no bottom, which is really cool. But the top layer seems to be like your dirt, your pay dirt, coal and stuff like that. And then once you get far enough down, you're going to hit bedrock, which is going to be like, well, blasted rock and solid rock. You know what, screw it. I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about as far as the land goes. Because I don't need this detonator anymore, or yeah, I don't really need this. So let me just kind of show you guys real quick. I'm going to buy a couple of these massive bombs right here. So I'm just going to stick one in here. It creates basically a nuclear freaking thermal explosion, right? Anyway, it doesn't kill you. There's no health or anything, but yeah, you can kind of see here a lot of pay dirt, a lot of regular dirt. Right here's the dark spot. It's basically just dirt. And then in the light spot, you can see the pay dirt. But watch, I'm going to go ahead and just blast off a few of these. And we're just going to go kind of deep here. Let's just do that. And then look, here's the freaking bedrock that I was talking about. Let's let this bomb kind of dissipate. But if we pull out our pickaxe, we could see, well, this is iron ore, so never mind. This isn't even bedrock. This is iron ore. Well, at least this one is. There's blasted rock, however. But yeah, there's veins and stuff. Let's go ahead and go ahead a little bit deeper. Do I have another bomb? I do not. We're gonna go ahead and just grab a couple more bombs real quick, because I do want to kind of show you guys just what you're dealing with as far as depth and all that goes. Just do like one more. There we go. Check it out. Let's let that kind of dissipate the bright fireball above us. But if we pull out our pickaxe, we can see we got copper. Oh, check it out. I actually found a copper vein. But there you go. If you look up, you can kind of see how deep we are, you guys. This game's quite wild, and the possibilities are quite endless, I must say. So anyway, this is kind of an example. Let's go ahead and start a proper game now. I'm going to go back onto the main menu here. I'm going to go to load game. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. We're going to start a new one. Back at Scandinavia on hardcore. We're going to call it the YouTubes, and let's start the game. Okay, and here we are in good old Scandinavia. All right. Okay, now that I kind of showed you how the ground and all that stuff works, let's see if we could find a good starting area. It does seem like the maps are randomized every time you start. I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. I mean, I can't really tell, but then again, I kind of feel like I remember this spot up here. But anyway, let's see if we can find a fairly flat spot. I mean, it doesn't have to be super flat, but I like it to be a little bit flat, just to help with the building and stuff. So I'm going to kind of run around a little bit here, see if I can find a fairly flat area, and then we'll get started. Maybe I'll jump up on top of this hill to get a little bit of a better vantage point. Not so much, by the way, not so much. It's kind of hard to see up here with all these trees, but it looks like it's kind of a flat area down this way. So I'm just going to head down here and hope that we have some pay dirt down here. Who knew Scandinavia was such a mountainous, hilly country? Oh, shout out to all my Scandinavians out there watching right now. How you guys doing? How's Scandinavia treating you? How's the weather? How's the government? That might be the most important question these days, and possibly the most controversial, so you don't have to answer that, by the way. Like, this would be a good starting area, but if we take a look, it's all dark ground, and we learned that dark ground isn't our friend. Check it out. This might be the starting area, right down and through here. Dude, this is looking pretty good, honestly. Yeah, let's just go ahead and start down here. It's a little bit bumpy, but I think it's going to be fine. And we can kind of just start digging right into this hill. See how the ground is really dark here, but light over here? This little light area should be mostly pay dirt. So yeah, I think this is going to be fine. It's not the most ideal. At least it doesn't seem the most ideal, but yeah, I think it's going to be fine, right? Is it? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let me see what's on the other side of this hill. I don't want to be just aiming. Okay, look, there's a big strip right through the middle of this area, which is going to be mostly pay dirt in the middle. Where the heck am I on the map, by the way? I'm kind of smashed in between a lot of dark areas. Should be okay though, right? This should all be pay dirt in this hill. Yeah, I think we're just going to start over here, bro. This should work pretty good. Okay. So if that's going to be the case, let me go ahead and start getting stuff set up. Well, we need to start chopping some trees real quick so we can get some wood, so we can make a crafting bench or a workbench, and we can start building foundations and such. But this is all pay dirt right here, and there's a lot of dark land, so we're probably going to scoop off of this stuff and then put our equipment onto the dark area, and it should be fine. Okay, let's go and start chopping some trees down. And boom, there we go. So I got about 100 wood, 99 of them to be exact. Yeah, I think we're going to set up in this little dark area because there's going to be just plain dirt under here, nothing really good. Yeah. So let's see here. Let's go to the store. Let's first buy our wooden workbench here for 1200. There we go. And then this mini small wash plant, this is going to be pretty useful as well. We're not going to get that quite yet, but anyway, let's go and put this down first. We're going to get some basic stuff kind of going. So we'll just set it here for now. We're going to be moving it in a second. Let's just put all of our logs over there. I'm going to actually split these up. We have 100 basically. I should probably gather one more tree just to make it an even 100. I don't think that counts as a tree, by the way. We're just going to chop this one down. There we go. So we're going to split it up between wood beams and wood planks because the big blocks take 5 wood beams, but the wooden floors here is what I'm kind of wanting. That's only going to take 2 beams and 2 planks. So we're going to set this to 50. We're going to drop the wood beams down. We're going to drop the wood planks down, and that should build us 50 and 50. And while that's doing that, I'm going to go back out and do some more lumberjacking. So which way should we start chopping? Let me start just chopping some trees over this way. And like that, there we go. I got another 100 logs. Cleared out quite a bit. So let's go back over here. Let's see how we did as far as the stuff goes. It looks like we got through a decent amount. There's still about 11 minutes or so to do that. So anyway, I'm going to drop these other 100 in, and I'm going to queue up. Well, I'm going to queue up all these wooden beams for the next one. So there we go. That's going to be 16 minutes worth of crafting. So it's going to take a little bit of time to do, which is fine. What do we got by now? We got 33 of these. What I could do is craft a couple of these wood blocks real quick because I'm going to need them, but I also need these floors right away as well. So maybe we'll just wait for it for now. And we'll just go ahead and start building. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we got all of this white area, this light area rather, not white. We're going to be turning in this pay dirt, basically. I guess we should make sure there is pay dirt under here. So far from my testing, though, it does kind of seem that way. I already got a little bit of a hole going that I started for a little marker when I did that tree chopping thing. So let's kind of dig through here a little bit to get to the bottom, and we could tell, look, boom, right there at the bottom, we do indeed have pay dirt. So excellent. We don't have to worry. I'm going to go ahead and flatten this back out because we don't want our truck, our loader wheels or whatever to kind of get stuck in that. So I'm just going to kind of pat around the hole and flatten that back out. Okay, there we go. I'll probably have to flatten this out as well, or we're just going to dig it out. But let's go ahead and start purchasing what we need. We're going to do just a basic setup starting off because we won't have a lot of money to kind of do a more extravagant setup. So we're going to go ahead and grab the big hopper. We're just going to basically set up the same one that they did at the tutorial. And then as we gain more money, we will upgrade it and add more things. But we're going to do the 8x6 rather than the 8x4. The first number is the length. The second number is your height. So this is going up by 6 meters. Let's just go ahead and purchase that thing. And then instead of a wash plant, because the wash plant, you take in the pay dirt and it spits everything else out the back end, which in the tutorial we threw into a storage unit. The sluice box does the same thing, except for it stores those ores and it spits out the dirt. So we're going to do a sluice box setup rather than a wash plant setup. We're not going to get the trommel quite yet. We are definitely going to get the trommel probably in this episode. I'm not entirely sure how fast things are going to progress, but we're going to need a little bit more money. But we're going to buy this the sluice box rather. We still have to get all the power and stuff. So let's set up the big hopper and all this first. So if we're going to be digging out like all this land up here, well, we're going to have to reposition it anyway once we get our building materials. So I'm going to kind of flatten out this little nodule. We will get upgraded materials or upgraded equipment as well, like the shovel and the pickaxe, once I know that I have enough money. But that's going to look pretty good for now. We're just going to set this up here like this. Yeah, it's going to be kind of up off of the ground, but that's going to be okay. Let's go and put in our conveyor belt. I'm going to chop this tree down because, well, I should have just chopped it down a long time ago. It's kind of in the way. I might as well just drop that log off as well. There we go. Control click. Anyway, let's go and set up the sluice box. It's a little bit high. That's okay. We'll fix that. And then, so this is going to collect everything that we need, and then it's going to spit out dirt. We could collect that dirt, or we could just let it fall right out onto the ground. But we are going to collect it because during my little testing thing, you wouldn't believe it, but there was actually a lot of money in just regular dirt. So we're just going to buy a plain Jane storage right now. Well, I don't think there's any other kind of storages, but we're going to set that there. We're going to get blocks underneath of it for realism's sake. So we don't want things just floating in the air like that. Let's take a look and see how things are doing in here. We got 50 of these. I wonder if we could move the production down. Actually, when you click on it, it does cancel them. Okay. So I think I'm just going to queue up 10 of these right off the bat. That is going to equal 50 beams. I was doing a shift right click. I don't know if that's needed or not, but anyway, that's going to do that. I could probably cancel these for now and just get started on these blocks. That's what I'm going to do. We'll get back to building these after, but well, we got one of these actually right now, but yeah, check it out. Oh, it doesn't actually clip to it. Oh, so we're going to have to build these first and then build on top of it. Okay, well, that is good to know. I wasn't sure exactly how that worked. Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to actually wait before I start doing the building. Anyway, let me just move this thing. We could at least get started digging. I'm just going to cancel the production on this real quick. We're going to pull out the hammer, get this out the way, and then reset it down right here for now. And then we'll put it on a proper platform and all that later. But I'm going to queue these back up. I'm going to put all that stuff back in. I have 3 of those wood blocks available. I'm going to need some wood floors first. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up some wood floors. We're going to do like 10 floors for now. There we go. And then that leaves with that. I'm going to queue up 4 more wood blocks next. Just right click brings it down. There we go. And then I have 138 of these. So we're going to go ahead and just go back to building wood beams and wood planks again. 20 wood beams. Oh, it's only doing 4. Hold on. I think we have to hit enter first. There we go. 20 wood beams, 20 wood planks. And then we'll just kind of let that do its thing. Okay, and look, we already got 4 floors. So let's go ahead and destroy this. Let's rebuild it. We're going to put floors down first. Yep, just like a 4x4 kind of square. Now we're going to set down the hopper. I'm going to have to reset these because they're no longer connected. So let's break this down along with all of these, right? And then we'll stick in the conveyor. We'll stick in the sluice box. We'll stick on that. And now let's see, can we build under here? Okay, I think we're going to have to kind of do... Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to kind of build it along. I could try to put it down manually, but I don't think that's going to work. So anyway, this is going to be kind of a basic setup. Let's go ahead and get our power generator and all that because we do need power. So we're going to do just the basic ones for now. A power input speed 1. We're going to get the 1600 kilowatt power generator. That costs 15,000. How much is a wind turbine? Well, a wind turbine is much more expensive, so we're going to have to wait to upgrade to that. Same with the solar panel. The solar panel would be nice because we wouldn't have to worry about refueling it. How much is this? 15,000. Actually, you know what? I think we could probably get the solar panel. It's only a couple $1,000s more, and it will be constant power. Well, as long as it's daytime, so I don't know if that's a good idea either. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and stick with the gasoline power generator for now, or the diesel generator. Yeah, we could upgrade later. So let's just grab the regular power generator. We're going to need some fuel. I'm just going to, well, we'll wait for fuel actually. So what else do we need? Well, that's pretty much it, honestly. Yeah, that is literally it. We don't need a power pylon quite yet because we're not hooking up a bunch of things. So let's go ahead and stick down the ×1 thing first. I'm going to get rid of that tree. I don't like things clipping through each other, so we're going to try to have like really clean builds. Let's go and flatten that back out a little bit. There we go. And now let's go and set this down like that. We're going to put the generator just right behind it. I think it'll be fine. There we go. And then I do need at least 1 power cable. So we're going to go ahead and grab that for 10 bucks. Connect it from here to there. There we go. Now we're going to need to get some fuel. And then we don't need to turn this on until we actually need to use it. So let's go ahead and just get some fuel real quick. I don't know how many. How much does 100 cost? Too much, probably. Let's just start with like 10. Yeah, it's only $1,000. So we'll start with 10. It'll go through it pretty quickly. And then we'll just move this in just like that at 100 liters. Yeah, we're not going to turn it on yet because this hopper can actually hold quite a bit of stuff. Okay, let's go and buy our front end loader now. We can only afford the cheapest one, 46,000. That leaves us with $12,000. Let's take a look and see how this is doing before we actually start digging. I have 4 wood blocks and 3 wood floors. I'm going to take those real quick. Let's see if I can stick these wood floors in with this being on top. Okay, I can. I'm going to extend it all the way out like that. So we can destroy them later if we need to. We got 7 of these. So let's just do this. I'm going to bring it over like so. And then stick them into place. Yeah, check it out. Okay, this is going to work pretty good. And then all we have to do is remove these because we do collect them back. You get all your resources back when you do that. There we go. We could actually get rid of this one. We'll want to put something underneath of that eventually. I'm not going to worry about it quite yet. We just want to get this up off of the ground. So I'm going to bring this all the way over to the storage. Just like so. And then we're going to remove some of these middle ones. Put it right underneath. And then this one's going to need 2. There we go. Check it out. Looks a little bit silly right now. It'll look better as we kind of progress. Either way, can we put these underneath here? There's not a crouch button, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a third person. I always forget about that. Anyway. Yeah, why isn't there a crouch button? I don't know, actually. And I can't get that under. That's fine. You know what I can do is we could destroy this. And then we could just put one of these in here like that. Okay, that looks a little bit better. All right, well, let's go ahead and get our excavator out. Oh, it's actually a loader. Drop it. And I'm going to drop these building materials back off into this. And we're just going to kind of get started. We need to make a little bit of extra money so we can get the proper setup here. So I'm just going to put these back into the queue. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now, since I am on hardcore, fuel consumption is going to be a little bit bigger or a little bit faster. So I do need to buy a fuel tank, which is right here for $2 grand. And let's go ahead and set this thing down. Now I don't want it to be right next to this, so we could probably set the fuel tank maybe down here a little bit more, or maybe right underneath of this. That might look kind of cool. We're gonna get some floors in real quick. Hold on. I do want this to be on a platform. And boom. Okay, I think that's gonna be good for the fuel. I got it on a little bit of a raised platform. All we got to do is pull up next to it. We don't actually have to fill this up or anything, so we're pretty much good to go on that. Okay, let's go ahead and just start doing some digging now. So let's jump in, start it up. Now I am going to be using a wheel and H shifter, by the way. I'm going to put my brake on. And then I have it hooked to my mouse. So the bucket is on my side buttons, and then up and down is my mouse buttons. Now let's come out to the front view real quick, just like this. There we go. And well, let's start digging, I guess. Should we start just trying to dig right into that hill, I wonder? Let's pull off the brake there. We could start digging straight up or just straight over this way. You know what? I think we're gonna head more into this area here. So I kind of want to dig out this little hill thing. So let's come over. We're going to drop it. We want to keep our bucket, kind of straight, right? We don't want to start digging down into huge holes. So let's see here. I'm going to drop it down a little bit. There we go. Just scoop. Drop it down a little bit more. Just kidding. Maybe I need to aim the bucket down a little bit. But no, I think we're going to be okay. We're just going to go right into the side here. And there we go. It looks like a full enough one for me. Just going to let it coast backwards a little bit. Oop, I'm going to probably try to scoop that thing out. Let's lift it up. And let's go ahead and dump it. And yeah, this thing will store quite a bit of dirt before we actually have to do anything. So there we go. Let's just dump it in. There we go. Okay, and let's go ahead and continue on digging here. Oops, careful. Yeah, let's see if we could take out a little bit of this little front hill here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my brake real quick. I want it to be flat, so we're gonna try to make it flat and then see if we could take out this little nodule. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of smoothing it out. We could probably even just kind of drag our bucket along and smooth out some of the ground. Tote it down a little bit, and here we go. Let's see if we could just kind of cut this tree out as well. I should have probably just chopped it, but okay, we took that tree out. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to kind of keep coming in this way. Maybe aim the bucket down a little bit. And here we go. Okay. There we go. There's another full one. Let's go ahead and dump this one in now. And yeah, should be a good time, bro. This should actually work out pretty good. At least I'm hoping. We'll find out, I guess. And there we go. Okay, let's back it up. Let's drop. And let's go and come in for another scoop. Yeah, we want to try to get this as flat as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop her. Tilt her. And let's go. And yeah, it looks like it's all pay dirt, by the way. There we go. It's a full scoop and back it up. All right, dude. I'm pretty excited, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be a good journey. At least I'm hoping so. Oops, dude, that's not a good journey at all, dude. Okay, well, we completely screwed the pooch. That was my bad. Can we get up? Let's see if we can get this thing up. Jesus. Well, that's not a good start at all. Quad, what the hell are you doing, bro? Okay. Let's kill it. Kill it. Let's jump out. I can't believe I did that. Damn it, bro. That is not a good start. Okay, let's go to our iOS. Let's go and rescue that thing real quick. Let me get my freaking shovel back out. Okay, I messed this up big time. I might have to dump some dirt in there to fix that. Dang it. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. I'm trying to make this area kind of flat. How much money do I got? I got 10 grand. I'm going to upgrade to the next level shovel, by the way. So hand tools, and there's a fast shovel, 3,500. We're going to sell our old shovel for 25 bucks. We could get 2,400 out of this. But yeah, there's the fast shovel. Let's go ahead and start smoothing this out a little bit. Well, that's a little bit embarrassing. So let's pretend that never happened. Anyway, yeah, we'll just smooth this all out. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to smooth this out, obviously. I'm going to have to just dump some dirt into here. It's going to be fine. I'm going to smooth it out the best I can before we do dump it, but looks like it's bringing it up a little bit, but it's still a bleeding hole. Whatever, that's fine enough. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again. Yeah, we'll just sit it down like up here, right? Maybe I should try to smooth this little area out as well a little bit. There we go. Okay, well, we could, since we're kind of out of our truck right now, or front end loader, let's take a look here. So look, dude, I'm not even getting any pay dirt. You see that? Well, there might be pay dirt mixed in there. I think it's in there. You know what? Let's turn this on for a second. Let's see how this thing's doing. We're going to just hit on. And we got to turn this on now. There we go. And let's jump up here. Get up here. Okay, there it goes. It's going into the sluice. Okay, no, it was more than just regular dirt. We got some gold ore, some ruby ore, and some silicon. No, it's silicon. It's almost done with all this dirt. Let's have a look here, though. Conveyor belt's just dirt. I'm pretty sure I'm digging in pay dirt, but let's take a look here. Ruby, gold, and silicon. Okay, no, we're doing okay, bro. We could sell this as is. Let's take a look into here. Yeah, this is just dirt. I don't think we can do anything with plain dirt except for sell it. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. But we can get $1,400 just for that plain dirt. In fact, this pay dirt, I should probably toss it into the hopper. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just like that. Can I even dump that in there? Oh, I can, right? Is it consuming it? Consume, bro. There we go. Let me turn that off. We don't need to be wasting fuel. We already went through almost half of our fuel, by the way. Look at that. Anyway, let's come back over here. Let's take a look at this thing real quick. So this is just dirt. That's fine. If we look in here, here's all of our gold, our ruby, and our silicon. Now, these are in rock form, so we're going to build up a little bit of a wash station real quick. Let's see how our crafting bench is doing, by the way. It's actually doing pretty well. I'm going to take everything out of here real quick. We're going to go ahead and destroy this right away. There we go. This seems like a decent enough area to kind of put up our wash plant, right? Probably not, actually. I don't think it is. We're going to go ahead and just do some building. I mean, it's never safe to do anything underneath. I think we're going to do it back here. Let's lay down a couple floor pieces real quick. I'm gonna try to flatten this out a little bit here. Okay, let's stick down a couple floor pieces. 1, 2, that's all I got. Well, that's fine, I guess. Let's set down the workbench right here, I guess. I'm gonna load this stuff back up. I need to keep on building. I'm gonna build up 30 more planks so I can get some more floors. And then we're gonna come to the store real quick, and then we're going to buy ourselves a wash plant. We're gonna go to buildings, workbenches, and then we're gonna grab this small wash plant for 7,200. That's gonna put us down to 1,100. And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna rotate this thing real quick, and we're gonna set that up right on this platform. Like this, there we go. And then check this thing out. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo this, but check it out, bro. We can actually put in like gold ore and pull out diamonds, rubies, and stuff. So let's go and pull out what we got in this. Looks like 20, 14, and 8. And then we come over to our little small wash plant. We could toss all these in. Well, the gold ore we can't do anything with. We have to get a smelter for that. But the ruby ore, we in fact can do something with it. So we're just going to increase this to the max. Okay, I only have ruby right now. So we're just going to go ahead and queue that up. It's going to take 3 minutes, but it's going to give us like actual rubies. The regular gold ore, on the other hand, we can just sell that right up. Except for it's not in my inventory. I got to pull it back out. And let's see how much we get for 20. 630 bucks. That's not too bad. Silicon, oh, that's actually quite a bit. Actually, 300 bucks for 8 of them. But if we take a look inside of our small wash plant, we already got 2 rubies. And if we come to sell, those 2 rubies give us about 400 bucks. So it's an easy way to make money kind of quickly right off the bat. Yeah, we're going to have to get this all built up before to make it look a little bit better. But anyway, let me get back to digging. Let's keep on doing the thing here. Let's not screw up. Let's fire this thing up. I'm going to lift it up a bit. We're going to just drive forward here. I want to kind of just take out this entire hill. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're definitely going through pay dirt and regular dirt, but let's drop it. And let's just go. There we go. And looks like a full scoop. Lift it, and let's go dump it. Yeah, I'm a little bit at an angle. Got to be careful. And we're just going to kind of fill this thing up a bit before we run it again. And here we go. I'm going a little bit too deep, I think, at this point, so I need to be careful because I need to get the top of that hill, right? Okay, be careful, be careful. Let's slow her down. Okay, and that should be good. Let's get this dumped. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for this journey. My solo adventure in Scandinavia. It's not very smooth. I'm going to keep this one a little bit higher because I do need to kind of start getting this top side right. Okay, it's not working so swell. Hold on. And there we go. That's a good scoop. Yeah, dude, the dirt physics is so well done on this game. It's very, very impressive. It does make me a little bit excited to see what Gold Mining Simulator 2 is going to do for their solution. But anyway, there we go. Let's dump it. And now that I am on hardcore, by the way, fuel consumption is going to be a lot faster. So we do need to be mindful, but all we have to do is go down to that tank and we can get filled up. But let's keep on just kind of digging out this little mountain thing, right? This little hill. Let's bring it down. And there we go. And scoop. Beautiful. All right, bros. So far, so good. Except for I am on this little bit of a hill. Not the best, but there we go. Okay, don't tip it. Ah, dude, no, nope. I forgot. This is the hill I wanted to fit, or the hole that I did want to fill in. So let's see if we can fill this in a little bit. I'm going to reverse a little bit here. Come on, floor it. And a little bit more. Yep, we're a little bit stuck here. Come on. Maybe if we let it down a little bit. There we go. Let's go ahead and start dumping it in here. Oh no, I'm having some trouble. Okay, I got the reverse all the way on. There we go. I got it, bro. Okay, that was not a very good one, by the way. This time I'm gonna go in and then straight back, and we're gonna try to fill that in a little bit. Then we'll come back through with the old shovel. Just gonna start grabbing over here a little bit more. There we go. Let's back it up. Lift it a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of fun playing with a wheel and pedal, by the way. So I got like my wheel and pedal to the side of me, to the left of me, and then my keyboard and mouse and main monitor in front of me. Let's hit the brake. And then I have my clutch mapped to my parking brake. Let's go and dump it into this hole. There we go. Let's go and kill it. Let's jump out and let's use our shovel real quick here. And let's just smooth this out a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I plan on using a lot of the equipment like the steamrollers, the graders. Like I want to make proper pathing, proper roads, all of those things. Looks like we could probably get another... We could probably dump off another another bucket full. So let's go and grab one more bucket. Let's tilt our bucket. Release our brake. And let's go ahead and grab another scoop and just dump it in there real quick. Let's bring this down. And yeah, let's just kind of come in like this. Looks like good enough. And let's go ahead and dump this into that hole. Yep, just bring it back like so. And let's bring it forward just a bit. Let's hit that brake. Okay, I almost missed my brake. But let's go and just dump this off. There we go. Let's kill it. Let's hop out and let's smooth it out. Yeah, this is going to work out pretty good, I think. You can tell, though, this is a lot of pay dirt. It's fine. And yeah, look, I think it's working out pretty swell. Let's see if we can bring it over just a bit that way. And wonderful. All right, all right. Got $2,400. I'm going to smooth this out a little bit up here, just so it's a little less bumpy when we come through with our front loader here. There we go. Smooth all this out a little bit. Yeah, this is going to work out pretty swell, I think. I'm going to try to smooth out this whole area. And it looks like our wash plant's done, so we can go collect those rubies that we had. Now, there is a smelter, by the way, which is going to be what we would put our gold into. But let's come over here. Let's look at this thing. We got 12 rubies. I'm going to go ahead and collect them. Let's open up our store. Let's go ahead and sell those. 2,300. Looks pretty good to me. We got 4,700 right now. I do want to see how much a smelter is. So we're going to come to workbenches, and here's an ore smelter. It does cost 15,000, but we can put raw materials in and make like gold bars and stuff. So that should help increase our gold levels. There's also a concrete mixer. I think you have to put gravel into that. I'm not too sure how a lot of these work, but that's fine enough. Okay. Yeah. Let's just keep on doing the thing. I'm going to just kind of keep filling this up. We don't have a lot in here right now. 1,600 dirt. So yeah, let's just keep on running this. I am already at low fuel on my front end loader. We're going to have to go fill that up after this scoop, I think. But I'm going to kind of make this a little bit wide. Oops. And okay, let's come in. And there we go. Looks like it's full. Lift it, reverse it. And yeah, we're doing good. This camera's a little bit different. It's a focused view. And there we go. And then let's go down and fuel up our front loader here. So we got $4,700 or about $4,800 in cash. Let's just drive straight down through here like so. And now we're close enough. We just have to hit, I think, our mouse button. Yeah, we just have to left click. Now we're at a full tank of fuel, and we only used about, well, I'm not too sure. It looked like 50 or 60 bucks. Anyway, let's back it up and let's keep on just kind of digging out this area. So my goal, I think, for the series, I'm going to play for about 1 to 2 hours per episode. I don't know how much cutting there's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to be doing time-lapsing. I have no idea how the editing is going to be done. I'm going to change my camera real quick. I don't like that focus camera. I like the free one. The focus one kind of wobbles a little bit, and honestly, it's kind of nauseating. But anyway, I'm going to start digging out this other side right here. There we go. Lift it and back it up. Maybe we should do a little bit of first-person digging as well. But yeah, it's a lot of fun if you do have a wheel and pedals and stuff. I definitely recommend giving it a shot. I find it enjoyable. You can make better, more precise kind of turns and stuff, right? There we go. Let's back it up, lift our bucket, drop it. Yeah, I just have my arm and bucket mapped to my left mouse button, my right mouse button, and then of course my gas pedal goes forward. My brake, unfortunately, goes in reverse. I didn't set up a proper gearbox for it, but like I said, I have a L-shaped desk, so my wheel and pedals is on the left side of my desk, so I kind of sit sideways. So a shifter, like I could use my shifter if I wanted to kind of engage, park, you know, drive and reverse and all that stuff. But I don't have a extra hand over there, so yeah. Anyway, let's go and get this one dumped. Yeah, I'm excited to see how far this goes though, bro. If you're new to the channel, I have a decent amount of videos on Gold Mining Simulator, and I've went through almost an entire season. I got burned out on that game because of the gold nugget system. I did a drill job and I made like $2 million in a very short amount of time, one day actually, which was probably just the same amount of money as what I made through my entire season. So I kind of got burned out on that game. So I'm pretty excited to get into this one and see how far we can actually get things. Okay, we need to be careful. I need to slow her down. It's getting a little bit lumpy up through there, so we might have to start smoothing it out a little bit. But let's go and dump this. But yeah, so my plan is to play roughly 1 to 2 hours per episode or something like that. Edit it down accordingly. It's going to probably be a mostly unedited kind of video. I don't want to skip anything either, so like I'm not going to be doing any kind of in-between digging, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to really do any digging in between episodes, or really anything in between episodes. So anyway, I'm going to go up a little bit higher. Oops, that was a little bit too high, by the way. Let me just angle this a little bit. Yeah, we're going to kind of come up through here like this. Start taking off some of this top layer. There we go. And let's go drop this off now. Careful, it's getting a little bit lumpy in there. I might have to go up there with my shovel, but seems like it's working out pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of an amazing game, honestly. You know, you could dig anywhere, and it seems like there's no bottom. You could just kind of keep going down and down. Okay, let's go and dump this. And let's go ahead and park this thing real quick. And let's take a look in here. We got 4,600. Let's just go ahead and start it. As you can tell, though, this little green bar is a representation of how much dirt you can actually fill into this thing. So let's just go ahead and crank it on real quick. I'm going to get my shovel out of my hand. And let's just say on. We only have 57 liters. The gas does go through pretty quickly. Do we have to turn this on every time? It seems that way. Let's jump up here. It's all running through. It's running through. And it's running through. Beautiful. We're collecting gold, diamond, rubies, all of the things. But yeah, this isn't a proper setup, by the way. Don't use this as a tutorial either. Use, you know, I would say the Splitintwo gaming channel as tutorials. Like I said, the link for his channel will be down below. Same with Kerbo. Kerbo's a great YouTuber. I love his content too. So check out his channel as well if you're into mining games, and he plays a bunch of other fun games as well. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of excited, bro, Let's come back to our wash plant. What does this wash plant work on, by the way? Rubies. Okay, we are getting some diamond ore, so we're going to be able to do some diamonds here. Now this gold ore, it takes pay dirt. So if you had a bunch of pay dirt, you could just kind of run it through this yourself. So you could do like hand mining and stuff, right? And then there's the cement if we had gravel. I don't know how you get gravel. I think you can make gravel using like solid rock or blasted rock or something. But I think you could just find gravel naturally in the world as well. Anyway, let's take a look at this. We're down to 12 liters. I'm going to go ahead and buy another stack of fuel. And it stopped. Anyway, yeah, we're going to get 100 this time. No, I don't have quite enough to do 100 yet. Let's see, how much did we get through that, by the way? Not enough. So I'm just going to buy another 10, I think. Yeah, it's going to be another $1,000, but at least it's going to get us through the rest of our dirt in there. So let's turn that back on. We got to come back over here though, turn this back on. There we go. And yeah, this is almost done. I'll come back once it's done. In fact, what we could do is come over here and open up this thing, and we could pull out our diamonds and our rubies that we have. There's another ruby. And just go ahead and start wash planting them. So let's drop in the diamonds. We're just going to mouse it all the way over to a max. Hit the diamond button with a right click and a right click on the rubies. There we go. We'll let that kind of do its thing. And then if we come over to our storage, we have a lot of dirt, like 3,700 of regular dirt. Surprisingly, that does equal quite a bit of money. So we're going to wait though until this is finished. Let's see. Okay, we're down to 300 of dirt in here. Let's just wait for it. Okay, it's done. We're just going to turn off the generator. Boom, there we go. We're already down to 66 liters. Let's run over here and let's take a look and see what we got. We're going to pull out the rest of our diamonds, the rest of our ruby. We're going to keep the silicon in there as well as the gold because I want to do a proper setup with that. Let's go ahead and drop in our rubies, drop in our gold. We're going to queue these back up to a max. Right click rubies, right click on the diamonds, and there we go. We're just going to kind of let this do its thing. We got 4 diamonds. Let's see how much we get for a diamond, actually. So we come to sell for 4 diamonds. Not too much, but hey, $741. All right. But check it out. We could come over here to this thing, right, and get this regular dirt, put it in our inventory. We're going to sell this. We're actually going to get a lot of money for this. Look, $6,000. In fact, I might have enough to do an upgrade real quick. No, not quite. I need 15,000 for the ore smelter. That's going to be my next purchase. But let's see how our workbench is doing, by the way. I forgot that I was queuing up, like, yeah, all this stuff in here. Okay. So I'm going to start making some wooden floors in that. I think I'm going to do like 10 wooden floors. And then I think I need to do about 10 blocks just to kind of get started here. Well, we can do 6 blocks, so that'll work. I need to expand this out a bit. It's a little bit too small for what I'm trying to do. Well, while that's doing all that, we're just going to go ahead and start digging again. Let's try some first-person digging, by the way. Let's just bring this down and tilt our bucket up. And we're going to kind of take off of the top area again. So let's just come in right here. And there we go. If you look down by our speedometer, you can kind of see that pickaxe in that orangish yellow bar. That's going to represent how full your bucket is. So I came in, I did not get a full bucket, by the way. I could have probably did that a little bit better, but I don't really have a lot of experience using first person. So let's just drive in here and let's dump it. There we go. And let's go ahead and back out and just kind of keep on going. Yeah, drop it and tilt it. There we go. And just right in, boom. It's not a full bucket. Hold on, we're gonna try to get a little bit more of a full bucket here. There we go. That's like, okay, I lost a lot, so it's not a full bucket again, but it's fine. We don't want to tip this thing, so we need to be careful. I might have to get my shovel out real quick and just kind of smooth this area. Now, but here we go. Just going to get this one dumped. And there we go. Reverse it, and we're good to go. Okay, let's try to get a full bucket this time. I'm just going to bring this down. We're going to come in. I think I need to just slow it down a little bit. So there's a full bucket, right? Let's tilt it upward. Let's hit the reverse button. There we go. Now we're overloaded, which is fine. I mean, all that means is there's potential of losing some as you're driving around, which if you do lose some while driving around, it's going to fall onto the ground, at which point you'd have to smooth it out probably. But anyway, let's go and get this one dumped. And yeah, it's looking good. All right, all right. And how's our hole doing up there? It's looking really good. Let's bring our bucket down, bring this out. And this one we're going to go a little bit higher because we're starting to create like a little bit of a cave, right? So there we go. Let's tilt it upward. And it's a completely, well, it was a full bucket until I started losing it. Just turn ourselves around here. But yeah, man, if you guys are into Gold Mining Simulator, I 100% recommend this game. I don't think you will regret it. The developer, by the way, is super active on this game. I haven't played it in a while, but I've had it installed for a long time, so I'm literally seeing updates on this game all the time. You can check out the Steam page. The link for the game will be down below. The Steam page, that is. Let's just kind of come in, and there we go. Look at that, bro. That was a really good one. Let's go back. But yeah, the link to the game will be down below if you wanted to just kind of browse. Okay, we're getting a little bit sideways. If you wanted to browse the page and look at the update page and all that. But anyway, let's go and dump this one. And I think I'm going to get out and do some shoveling. Oops, I was not up far enough, by the way. But yeah, let's go and shut her down, hit the brake, shut her down, and jump her out, jump out. Anyway, I don't think we put a lot in there, about 2,600 dirt. So let's come back over here, though. Let's take a look at our wash plant. It's doing pretty good. We got 17 rubies, we got 5 diamonds, and we still have quite a bit being processed, which is fine enough. Let's go ahead and just sell what we got, though. 17, we're getting 3,200. The diamond, another 1,000. Look, we're at $15,000. My fuel is fine on that. Let's go ahead and see what we're doing on this workbench, by the way. Oh, look, these are all done. So I'm going to grab these floors. I could probably go ahead and just grab my blocks as well. Let's go ahead and set out some flooring here. I'm just going to expand this whole area out a bit. Yeah, see, I can't even do this wash plant. Oh, no, there it is, look. And boom, there we go. And we're going to scoot over our workbench. I'm going to go ahead and put another layer on this backside. Can be a little bit tricky placing things when you have equipment down, but there we go. And then here, here, and here. Beautiful, look at that. I had actually just enough. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this, though. There we go, and reset it up. Yeah, you know what? I could actually put it right up against the side of that. That's going to look just fine. We do have 15,000. Let's see. Can we afford the ore smelter? Not quite. 15,700. Do I have anything in here? I do not. We could sell our silicon. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Well, it's silicon ore. It can be refined into silicon. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that anytime soon. So we're just going to go ahead and sell that raw silicon. No, it's just silicon. Or is it silicone? No, it's definitely not silicone. Either way, we definitely have enough now. We're at 16,000. Let's go ahead and purchase the ore smelter for 15,700. We're going to be broke down to $370, but we can go ahead and start doing this. Which way is it going to spill out? Let's go ahead and rotate it. I guess this would be fine. I wanted it to be facing the workbench, though, like this, so... You know what, whatever, we're just going to set it down like that. We'll get some more platforms to kind of build this out a bit. You know, I don't like it like that. Hold on, I'm going to try to get this where I want it. So I'm thinking if I put some more blocks down like this, I should be able to do what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, the placement can be a little bit hard sometimes when they're really low to the ground like that. You just have to find the right section. There is no crouch, unfortunately, to get lower. Sometimes you might have to get your pickaxe out and just kind of dig this out a bit. Now I don't have the fast pickaxe, unfortunately, but I'm also kind of broke. But yeah, let me just try to set this in here. Okay, I can't quite do it. Anyway, let me grab this ore smelter again. I want to turn this thing around. Yeah, something like that. I think that's going to work. It's a little bit off, but it will be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just leave these here for now until we get some more things. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab our gold. I think I already have it in my inventory. Do I? No, it's in the thing behind us. Let's go ahead and grab the gold out of here. There's 95 of them. And then let's open up this thing. And then we just drop the gold in. And then we can go ahead and just queue up all these gold bars. But yeah, you can turn all your ore into ingots, bro. Iron, copper, aluminum, silver, platinum, silicon. Oh, we can make silicon bars with the silicon ore. Oh, that's good to know. I wasn't aware of that. You'd even make rubber with silicon and coal. Plastics with oil. You can actually drill oil. I did forget about that, but let's go ahead and queue this up. I'm just going to put this to the max, and then we're just going to right click it, and it's going to produce us 95 gold bars. It's going to take about 10 minutes, so we'll just let that do its thing. Let's get back to digging. Did we get any more ruby? We do. We got 20 rubies in here. It's still working on 3 more and 5 more, but let's go and sell those rubies because, well, we can get another 4 grand. There we go. And let's keep on digging, bro. We're just going to keep on digging through this thing. It's a lot of pay dirt, a lot of regular dirt as well, but yeah, there's a lot of pay dirt. You can tell by the way it looks, but yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, let's just get back in. Let's keep on going. I'm going to go ahead and grab the shovel, though. We're going to go ahead and smooth out a little bit of these areas here. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys like to watch it in first person or, well, it doesn't matter, bro. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. But yeah, I kind of like to play in first person, so I'm going to be doing a lot of first person. But third person isn't bad, honestly. I might do third person. I don't know, bro. Either way. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be playing as far as first person, third person goes. I'll probably kind of jump around and do a mix of it, but anyway, there we go. I want to start trying to knock this little section out, so we're going to start focusing on this little nipple thing. Let's see if we can start taking out some of this little section here. I'm going to bring it down, and in we go. There we go. Lift it. It's not a very big scoop, but in fact, what I can do is just dump it and then re-scoop. But check it out, the dirt has physics. Like, it doesn't just dump right where I dumped. If you noticed, it kind of slid down the hill, which is kind of cool, honestly. Anyway, let's release the brake. Let's come in. That's going to kind of screw me up there, though. So maybe I should not have done that. Either way, you know what? We're just going to come in like this, drop it, and see if we can smooth this out a little bit. There we go. So completely full load, lift it, bring it back. And look, you can see our smelter working down there, by the way. I forgot to show you that when I started it, but how long have we been going for? Okay, it's been about 1 hour and 30 minutes. We're just going to keep on going until about the 2 hour mark. We'll see how long it is after I edit it down and all that. But check it out. If you notice on this bucket here, see how there's like the rusty, dirty area and then this really smooth, shiny area? That's because we're digging, bro. It like scrapes the rust right on off. It's really small detail, but I absolutely love it. Let's come back up. And let's come back over to this section. Yep, let's go and just dig right on in. There we go, it's a full load. Tilt it back. Honestly, I don't even have to use my reverse. I just kind of coast right on down the hill. Let's lift it up higher. And let's get this thing dumped. So my plan too, I'm going to be playing this pretty frequently on the channel, by the way. I've been playing a lot of Schedule 1. That new drug dealing game that came out or whatever. So I think I'm going to be doing this game and that game alternating between days. So this will be pretty much up every other day. And then, yeah, let's keep on coming in. And there we go. I'm going to lift it up to kind of delete some of that dirt that was above. And let's just go ahead and coast down. There we go. And let's get it dumped in there. Yeah, so it'll probably be a fairly kind of slow progress. I don't know. Because I am a solo digger, right? So it's not like I got a team of people. And I don't want a team of people, by the way, so... But I feel like I'll have a better progression, or I'll feel like I'm progressing more than what I was on Gold Mining Simulator. Anyway, there's another full one. Just gonna drop this off. And it's exciting to see what this is all going to be turned into. Some of you made a good point about starting on a map that doesn't have any pre-existing kind of like mining pits, is because everything we do here is on our own accord, and we're going to be able to see, like, you know, our personal progress as we kind of keep playing and building up our infrastructure, right? Like right off the bat on this first episode, I feel like I'm doing pretty good as far as trying to clear this little area out. Let's go and level that out a little bit. I'm going to switch the camera over. And okay, that's a full bucket. Let's lift it up. Okay. It's getting a little bit bumpy up through there. And yeah, feel free to leave any tips down below. Things that I should, you know, focus toward, things that I'm missing. Like, I know I'm going to have to get the trommel and all that kind of put into place, but I'm going to need a bit more money to kind of do that. It's about $7,500 for most equipment, so I'm going to need probably at least another 20 grand before I add the trommel, and then I need a couple left, or a couple conveyor belts that turn, and yeah. Anyway, let's come up through here. I'm going to try to grab this remaining kind of bit here. Oops, drop it, and there we go. Oops, okay, no, I'm falling off here, hold on. If I hit C one more time, I should be able to focus on my bucket here. Okay, let's come back down. And there we go. Yep. And there we go, it's a full scoop. Lift it and back it up, okay. Okay, this is the focused one. I don't like the focused view. I like the, there's the free driver cam, focus driver cam, in-cab cam, a focused in-cab cam. This one's actually kind of nice. You don't have to look around, but it automatically focuses on your bucket. But I don't like it because I can't turn my head, you know what I mean? So anyway. Let's go ahead and get this dropped. I thought there was a free bucket cam, but I guess not. Whatever, let's do some first person digging. I'll probably jump between first person and third person. I do enjoy the first person, but it can get kind of difficult. Anyway, let's come in and see if we can scoop off the backside here. There we go, nice full load. Lift it and reverse it. And then we could reverse our heads, look behind us. Yeah, this view's pretty nice, honestly. And there we go. Okay. And dump. Beautiful. Okay, let's come back in. And let's go ahead and just take a low scoop. There we go. That was a little bit too low, I think, honestly. Yeah, a little bit too low. That's okay. We gotta be a little bit careful here. We don't want to be tipping this thing like we did earlier. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit flatter. I don't want to go down yet, or like, you know what I mean? I don't want to start digging down yet like I did there. Let's go and grab it. That is a full load. Let's lift it. Let's reverse it. I might have to come back through with my shovel here in a second, but easy, buddy. There we go. It looks like, nope, the smelter's still running. I think once that stops, that's when we'll jump out. There we go. Let's go and come out to third person. And it looks like the smelter is actually done. Let's shut it off, hit the brake, and jump out. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and turn this thing on real quick. How much fuel do we have in here right now? 66. I'm going to buy a little bit more fuel real quick. Let's grab 20 at this time. It's going to be about 1700. There we go. And let's load it up. There we go. Let's go and kick it on. Let's kick this on. How much should we fill this up, by the way? 7,600 pay dirts. Ah, yeah, there we go. Oh, and what is this? Oh, it's... I don't know what this is over here, look. Anyway. Let's take a look at our gold here. So we got 95 gold bars. Let's throw that into our inventory. Let's see how much that sells for. 13,000. Yes, that's the kind of progress I am talking about. I'm going to sell this regular dirt as well. Dude, that's actually really good. Let's take a look in here. I have a few things. We're going to go ahead and sell these real quick as well. Rubies, 578, and diamonds, $1,000 for 5 of them. All right. Well, that's actually pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and let this run real quick. Is it running? It is. I don't know what these 17 pay dirts are, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that. It says it's coming out. Let's just jump over here real quick. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look inside of the thing here. Pay dirt's coming in. Okay, it's spitting out regular dirt. Yeah. We'll have to get the proper kind of setup going on after all this. Okay, well, let's let this run through real quick here. I'll be back once it's done, and then maybe we'll have enough money to kind of do a proper setup here. And while that's doing this, I'm going to go ahead and do some more lumberjacking real quick. I think we're just going to go ahead and kind of chop a little bit back and through there. And there we go. I got another 91. Is this done? Okay, I should have turned this off. Actually, I think it just finished, so I'm going to turn this off now. We still have 120 liters in there. Let's see what we collected. Before we do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and start queuing up a lot of this wood. So we're going to drop that in. I'm going to drop those planks and boards back in. I'm just going to do a max on the wood beams because I do need a lot of wood blocks for what I want to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what we collected. As far as regular dirt goes, yeah, 7,300. I'm going to take that. We're going to sell that real quick. And please let me know down below. It says worthless, so I don't think we can actually do anything with it. It doesn't say, let me know if we could do anything with it. But check it out. That's $10,000 just in plain Jane dirt. Oh, look, we got promoted, by the way. We're at a minor. What did it say? Tier 2 or something like that? Tier 1, level 4. And let's take a look at, that was the regular dirt. Okay, we got quite a bit of diamond, quite a bit of gold, quite a bit of ruby, quite a bit of silicon. We're going to go ahead and get all this processed. We're going to go ahead and throw in the diamond, the ruby, and then we're going to go ahead and just max this out. We're going to right click the diamond, right click the ruby. It's going to take 30 minutes to process those. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to put the gold in, the silicon in. Yeah, we could make silicon ore. Which, what does that do, by the way? I don't know. Well, I guess we just sell it. I'm assuming we could do something with it later. But anyway, we're going to queue this all the way up to 99. We're just going to right-click the gold. That's going to take 20 minutes, and the silicon is going to take about 4 minutes. So not too shabby. But yeah, I think I've been going just under about an hour and 40 minutes or so. Should we let that process and do some more digging? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just go to a full 2 hours. So we're going to go ahead and continue. No, how much money do I got? I got 28,000. We should be able to kind of redo a lot of this. So what do we need? We're going to need the trommel. Let's see how much that thing costs real quick. 7,500. I'm going to just buy it. And then I believe this is used to sort out. We put any material in. It's going to separate these out first. And then it's going to give us our regular dirt and then pay dirt. I'm not entirely sure how to do this. Do we just send this straight into a storage unit, I wonder? Probably, right? Yeah, probably. Okay. So let's go ahead and start deconstructing here. We're going to take this off, or maybe we're going to leave that, actually. We're going to remove this wash plant. We're going to remove the storage. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab the trommel, slap that puppy on right there. I'm going to remove these blocks real quick. and we are going to place them under this side, just like so. I'm going to remove these though, because I don't need them there. So now that we have the trommel, that's actually, that was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to do that quite yet. We're going to have to get rid of this real quick. And I need a conveyor piece. Yeah, because pay dirt's going to come out here and there's not enough room there. So I need to make this a little bit of a straight piece. So we're going to pull that out. I don't know how big of a piece I need. Come to conveyors. We're just going to need a straight one. I think a 2x2, it's only 2,500. Let's just grab it. Let's slap it on just like that. And then we're going to put the trommel just like so. Let me reposition these blocks real quick. I should have left those blocks. Darn it. Yeah, because I need it all to line up. So I'm going to put this one here. I didn't even have anything under that. And then we're just going to bring this all the way out, right? Like so. And then we just got to delete these just like that. And then we can, I'm going to get rid of this tree as well. I don't like any kind of clipping to happen. So we're just going to destroy this thing and then reflatten it out. There we go. Beautiful. Then we're going to set that down and put one on top, and now that connects over. And then we could just go like this again. Put it up top. There we go. I'm going to get rid of these. All right, that looks pretty good. Seems, you know what? We should probably put these inside right here. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. And then one underneath of this, right? Yeah, just like so. Okay. So now that we have this in place, I need to get a turny bit. So I'm thinking I want to do everything on the back side, right? So we're going to get a left turn piece, which is this one here. I don't know what the offset left one does. Like if I take a look at it, yeah, I don't know how this one works. So I'm just going to get the regular left piece like this. We're going to stick that puppy in like so, and then it's going to turn. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to grab one more left. How much money do I got? I got enough. We're going to grab one more left. We're going to stick it on like that. So pay dirt and all that's going to come out, and then we're going to stick the wash plant thing here. Let's see how my wood's doing. Well, it's still got 10 minutes. Okay. I'm just going to delete these real quick. We can rebuild them later. And then I'm going to put them underneath of this one. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it all the way, but that's going to work just for now. Okay. So what do we got going? We got it coming up. It's going to the trommel. It's going to split. It's going to bring the pay dirt over. And then this sifts. This is the sluice box, right? Which takes pay dirt and sorts all this stuff out. Okay. And then it spits out plain Jane dirt. Okay. And if we look at our trommel, any material goes in. None of this stuff's going to really come out because of what I'm digging right now. Like, I don't think I got a lot of different stuff in this, but I guess we never know. So anyway, that's going to come out. I guess with this trommel, we could probably just put a storage unit there, right? Is this going to collect everything, right? So yeah, let's just get another storage, which is right here. It's how much? 6,500. Okay, I got enough. I'm going to buy it. That gives us 2 storage. We're going to put one on the end of this one. We're going to put the other one on the end of this one. Looks like I'm going to have to move my fuel tank and stuff. I guess that's going to be okay. Let's just go ahead and move this real quick. And move all these real quick as well. There we go. Got a little bit of support under there now. And then one underneath. There we are. Let me get rid of this one real quick. I'm going to slap this one underneath of here. And there we go. Okay, it looks like it's pretty much properly sorted. Anyhow, let's go ahead and do some digging. And let's see how this runs. And see what we kind of collect from this kind of setup here. But yeah, it should come in like this, right? Come up the conveyor. It's going to go into the trommel. The trommel is going to split it out. Everything that's not pay dirt or regular dirt is going to go into here. And then our pay dirt and all that's going to wrap around, come through the sluice box. And then it's going to store all the ore and then put the regular crappy dirt in that. Okay. Let's see how this thing works. Let's jump in. Let's do some digging here. Okay, here we go. Let's get up here. Continue digging out this hill. Let's just bring it down, and here we go. There we go. There's a full bucket. Just coasted down the hill. Apply that gas pedal a little bit to slow her down, and there we go. All right. This is going to be pretty good, I think. Now, I'm curious to see what else we're getting, if we're actually getting anything else, because I don't actually know. Yeah, it's going to probably take me a few episodes to kind of catch my stride and figure out the best editing techniques. Okay, let's get it in there. And a little bit further. There we go. That's a full bucket. Yeah, because I'll probably eventually start doing some time-lapsing and stuff if I haven't already done so in this episode, but let's go and dump that. We're going to do a few more scoops. Only have about 10 minutes left before the 2-hour marker's up. I'm going to try to come through this little backside here, drop it, scoop it, and there we go. Lift it, reverse it. Don't tip it though. I might need to smooth that area out a little bit with my old shovel, but there we go. And there we go. Let's dump this. Okay. Going pretty good so far, I think. You know what? Yeah, I am going to hop out real quick. I'm going to shut this thing off. We're going to grab the shovel. I'm just going to flatten this out a bit here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Okay. So well done, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This game is really done well. Okay, there we go. Let's jump back in. Start it back up. Let's come back out to this camera for now. Lower it, straighten it, and pull it forward. Okay. Yeah, I want to start trying to grab this little backside, right? Nope. Tilt it up and down. Okay, there we go. And let's see. There we go. That is a full scoop. Lift it, and there we go. Beautiful. Pretty flat through here, honestly. Let's just come in. That's a full scoop. Lift it and tilt it. There we go. I think I'm going to come in and grab that little left side on the next one. But yeah, I'm excited to get into like paving and all that stuff, because there are, I think they're like road graders that kind of smooth it out. And then there's steamrollers to smooth it out even more. I don't know if there's actual pavers or not, or if we just kind of build dirt roads. I'm not entirely sure how all that works yet, but I'm excited to find out. Okay, let's tilt it down, and let's grab right here. There we go. That was actually a pretty good scoop. It was an accidental scoop, but it worked out well enough. And let's get turned in, and don't tip it. And let's drop it. Okay, this should be good. Let's just dump this real quick, and then let's fire this thing up. I'm just going to reverse it. I'm going to drop it for safety. There we go. Break, off, and jump out. Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe don't drop it, by the way. Anyway, let's go and fire this thing up. So we got to turn it on here, and then turn it on here. There we go. Okay, let's watch it. So it's going to come up. It's going to go through the trommel. We look at the trommel. It's taking in dirt. Spitting out dirt. This is taking in dirt, spitting out dirt. And there goes the pay dirt and the regular dirt. Okay. Grid load is 400 kilowatts of power, by the way. We're doing fine with that. Let's take a look in here. Nothing is expelled out into this. So it looks like we're really only picking up dirt and pay dirt in this little section. That's fine, though. I wanted to get this built anyway, just in case, because you never know what you're actually producing, right? At least I don't ever know. So yeah, this seems like it's going to be the right thing to do. And yeah, and then it'll be exciting as we kind of progress. We're going to kind of get this all flattened out. We'll get this whole little mountain kind of out of here first. There's a bunch of dark land over here as well, which means there's going to be different types of ores under this, which is exciting because that's what our trommel and all that's going to help with. But yeah, if you look at our map here, we are surrounded by a lot of really dark spots. And like you can kind of see how we're doing here. These are all from the trees that we pulled out. But anyway, there's a lot of pay dirt in through here as well. This little strip right here, we'll eventually start digging this all out. And I think it'll look really cool once we kind of start, you know, progressing in the season. Is it done? It is done. Let's go and turn off the fuel There we go. We only used about half. Let's take a look at our trommel situation and all that. There we go. I don't think we collected anything, but yeah, we didn't collect anything, but it's going to be useful in the future. Let's come down here. What did we get in here? We got quite a bit of gold, 78 ruby, 10 diamonds, 19 silicon, and then 37 dirt. We're going to take that. Let's go and sell off our dirt right away. 4,500. Yeah, dude, it's always worth collecting your dirt. Anyway, let's come over here. Let's go and load these into the wash plants. So there's the ruby. There's the diamond. That's the only things that we need. We're going to just run that all the way to the end. Right click the diamond, right click the ruby. We could actually collect the ones that we got, which is 39 diamond, 27 final rubies here. It says it can be used to make things or be sold. Oh, I'm interested into knowing what we could actually make with all that. And then gold can be refined into gold, can be refined into silicon. Okay, anyway, let's go and load these up as well. We got 166 gold. We're going to load up the silicon as well as that gold. I'm just going to go ahead and put that all the way to 99. We're going to go ahead and right click the silicon again. That's going to build another 19 and another 78 gold. Okay, well, let's sell what we have and see how much money we made. So out of our 166, dude, 24 grand. Yes. Diamonds 7,200 and our rubies another 5,200. Dude, we're already up to 44,000. Excellent. Well, that's really good because I don't know what we're going to be focusing on next as far as purchases go. Maybe you guys could give me some pointers down below, but let's check on our wood real quick. Okay, we got all these wood beams. I'm just going to queue up a bunch of these, honestly. Maybe like whatever 20 makes, or maybe I should just do them all. Well, we can only do about 18 of them, so yeah, we're just going to kind of get that queued up and let that do its thing. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I think this was a decent start. Yeah, I think it was a decent start, right? And then yeah, we're just going to kind of keep on going, dude. So like pretty much every other day there should be a video drop. But that'll be it for this one. Again, my name is Quad. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Later on, everybody. Later on.